Divorce attorneys are predicting a surge in cases nationwide once the stay-at-home order is lifted.
While access to courts is limited, some spouses are getting all of their paperwork ready to file once the courts reopen. News 8's Kelly Hessedall spoke to a divorce attorney who has seen a spike in new consultations.
Well, the attorney we spoke to is part of a national law firm with an office based right here in San Diego. He says they've been getting so many calls, they added extra hours and are now available 7 days a week.
If your marriage isn't in a great place, it might be that you're pouring gas on a fire by being around each other 24/7.
Jason Hopper is an attorney with Cordell & Cordell, a law firm that specializes in divorce. He says the amount of calls they've received from people considering divorce is twice as many compared to this same time last year.
In the past 3 weeks, we've averaged about 500 new consultations each week.
What is the common thing you're hearing from people that are calling you? Is it, I'm trapped inside with this person, I just can't deal with this anymore? What are people telling you?
We hear a lot about absence makes the heart grow fonder, and unfortunately what we find is that the opposite can also be true. So when we have couples that are spending a lot more time together than maybe they have in years prior, for a lot of folks, they're getting a preview of what retirement life may look like, and unfortunately for a lot of folks, they're finding that they don't really like it.
He says couples' differences are being emphasized.
We see instances where there's differences in parenting styles that are really becoming highlighted with things like e-learning or just sharing in household duties.
He says some of the calls they're getting are from wealthy clients who held off on divorce before and are now considering going through with it now because of the current economic climate.
For a lot of cases, the date of separation or the date of filing valuation is what's going to control for the ultimate property division. So it may lead to a lower settlement if you're someone in a situation where you're a high asset earner or a high income earner.
He says those who are choosing to move forward with divorce are getting the paperwork ready so they can file once the courts reopen.
What we're telling a lot of prospective clients is, there's probably going to be a backlog. And if this is something that you need to do or that you've been thinking about doing, maybe it makes sense to get ahead of the tidal wave of litigation that might be coming.
And Hopper says besides calls about divorce, they're also getting calls about custody disputes. He says some parents may not want to follow court orders using the COVID-19 pandemic as a reason. And in some cases, he says law enforcement has had to intervene. Back to you.
So much stress these days.